Ever since I was younger, I was into video games.
Somebody like the fuse so I can bring bad news to all these crews who can't NBA jam with the shoe.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another stout review going back out to the Midwest. More Brewing Company. They are in Huntley and Via Park, it says, Illinois. This is Mendy, and it says this is the 2022 vintage, and it just says this is a barrel-aged Imperial Stout. I don't think there's any adjuncts in this. Beer comes courtesy of my man Nick. Appreciate you, bro. Yeah, it says 2022 barrel-aged Imperial Stout, 14.8% alcohol by volume. It says the Mendy series is our expression of nuance. For this year's vintage, we aged our Imperial Stout base for 20 months. Nice. In a blend of bourbon barrels from Woodinville. I don't think I know Woodinville. Four Roses, awesome. Old Forester, awesome. Weller, awesome. Ooh, and Few. Few is, they're out in Illinois. My dad got me a bottle. Few did they did a Smashing Pumpkins collab, I think, like a whiskey. He got me a bottle of that. I still haven't opened it. So, I'm excited to drink this. I love just straight barrel-aged Imperial Stouts. And Nick has hooked up some fucking awesome beers. By the way, little paper pull top thing. Take notes. Phase 3. Good night. See how easy that was? See how nice it was? Let's get into it. This beer pours like a super deep ruby red. We're sharing these beers, so we're just gonna give ourselves a little bit. The last beer was pretty thick, coconutty. This is no adjuncts. So far for stoutness, the Founder's Barrel-Aged Imperial Stout. I kind of got I'm not sure what to think of that beer because it said it was just a barrel-aged Imperial Stout, and then people had said, Untappd said there was adjuncts in it. It didn't say it on the bottle. It's been my favorite just straight barrel-aged Imperial Stout if there are no adjuncts. So I'm looking forward to this one. So yeah, that poured like a deep kind of red when we were pouring it. It's pitch black in the glass. There's no head. You would expect that with an almost 15% beer. Looks awesome. Let's smell this thing. Ooh. Oh my gosh, it smells good. This is super fudgy. Dark fruit again, like the last stout, like that raisinette, chocolate covered raisin. But there's a lot of oak. There's some spirit to it. Smells like whiskey. And there's a sweetness. The more I smell this, there's like a little bit of heat, like kind of singeing my nostrils. I like that. And a 15% barrel aged stout. Let's fucking go. Yeah, there's like a red fruit thing to this too. Gosh, this smells so good. I don't even want to drink it. Oh man, I'm telling you, when you get a legit, just straight barrel-aged stout with no adjuncts in it that smells like this, fuck, there is nothing better. This to me smells every bit as good as a rad, hoppy beer smells. Holy smokes, let's go and taste it. Nick, cheers, appreciate you, bro. That beer is so good. Gosh, that's delicious. So I will say, after just drinking the Phase 3 beer, this beer is a little bit thinner, but dude, you're aging a beer for 20 months. I think you lose a little bit of mouthfeel when you do that. But holy smokes, it's so flavorful. There's so much cocoa chocolate and dark fruits like cherries, raisins. Middle of your palate, you get hit with a little bit of whiskey spirit, and it it leaves a little, gosh, your tongue almost perceives it kind of bitter. It's not bitterness, but it's the same reaction you get drinking a hoppy beer. On your tongue there's just something that kind of sits there, and you're oh, it's not bitterness, but it's just it's spirit, it's whiskey. Not heat, but if you sip on whiskey on your tongue, you get that kind of that zhuzh, whatever that is. But there is a ton of oak on the back of your palate, and just a huge wave of vanilla sweetness. Gosh, this beer's so good. It's almost 15%, and I think like that spirit character, that little bit of heat, it's there. Like you want that to be there. It's a 50. Like, dude, if you were, if it wasn't there, you would chug this, and you're just fucking, you're toast. A little bit of warming in my chest, but man, this beer is so good. I've realized, and I think I said this last December, I really like dark fruits when it comes to stouts. And that like raisinette, cherry cordial, like chocolate covered red fruit is just awesome. And there's just so much like, there's so much like oak, like charred oak and vanilla on the finish, like so much barrel character, but you would expect that. 20 months, dude. It was sitting in a barrel for almost 2 years. It's pretty drying on your like on your palate. And I always go back to like after you go out to dinner and you eat at a restaurant and they give you a toothpick and like you put a toothpick in your mouth to kind of get all the food out of your teeth, and the toothpick sits on your tongue like that woodiness. It's there. This beer's fucking fire. I love this. The only, and it's not even like a negative to me, but just the only like thing I can nitpick is the mouthfeel. It's just not like super chewy, but again, it sat in bourbon barrels for almost 20 months, or for almost 20 months, for 20 months, which is almost 2 years. We are cooked right now. Man, that's good. I love it. World-class stuff. So that's the 2022 vintage of Mendy from Moore. Nick, you hooked it up, dude. This beer is fucking awesome. I hope people, I don't know who's going to watch this. I have no idea. I don't really pay attention to Midwest breweries. But if you had this beer, let's talk about it, because I think it's world-class. Again, we just drank Bourbon County from this year recently. This beer is way better than that. Way better. Not even fucking close. I love this beer. So that is it. Appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you soon. Cheers.
Thank you for coming behind the bar, in the arcade, all that shit.
Ever since I was younger, I was into video games.
Somebody like the view so I can bring bad news to all these crews who can't NBA jam with the shoe.